Hey guys, what's up? It's Katie and I'm back with this quick little video about Diablo. Now, I got Diablo from a 5-star featured crystal. I pulled him and duped him out of those crystals, and I just, wanted to test him out to see if he was as bad as everybody says he is. And I got to tell you, he is pretty bad. He's really got nothing going on for him. I really don't understand why he's in the game. Every time Kabam puts out a new character or a new champ, they seem to have at least some type of purpose. Even Red Skull kind of has a purpose, but I kind of feel like Diablo was just like an afterthought. He seems like he has absolutely no purpose whatsoever, except maybe Arena. So I'm going to go over him real quick, not too much detail though, because A, I find his mechanic is very clunky, and B, he doesn't deserve rather, to be gone over in really a whole lot of depth. So then I'm going to give you a quick demonstration on how bad his damage actually is. So now this is a 5-star rank 3 Diablo. And his stats, they're pretty bad. Let's take a look at them here. I mean, he's got decent block proficiency, but I mean, there are 3 stars with better attack and crit rating than this. Like, honestly, it almost feels like I am looking at a 3-star champion. So let's go ahead and take a look at his signature ability here real quick. And that is called Arcane Innovation, and it really has to do with his concoctions and basically increasing their duration and decreasing the brewing time. So, but his concoctions, this is the thing, right? His concoctions, it really doesn't give him that much of an advantage over any other character. I mean, within the Mystic class, I would say he's the worst. Yes, Iron Fist is better. So let's go ahead and look at his abilities here. And so we've got this self-experimentation, and Diablo takes 35% reduced damage from poison effects and gains 20% power rate and X attack while poisoned. So this is kind of like Omega Red, but with poison instead of the bleed, and it is a lot less effective. It doesn't raise his damage nearly that much, and it only has a 35% reduction in damage, where I think Omega Red with a bleed on him is 90. So kind of useless. So if we go and just I'll just give you the short version of alchemy here, and this basically tells you how to brew his concoctions. You can either dash back and hold block, or you can throw a special 1 or a special 3. So I think this is one of the epic fails of this guy. So you can brew 16 of these concoctions per quest. Not every fight, per quest. So you get 16 at the start of the quest, and once you use them, they're gone until the quest is over. So it makes him kind of like a worse version of Venom the Duck with the buffs that he can store in his RNA bank. He's definitely not good in long quests or long fights, because like I said, once you use them, boom, they're done. So for each concoction, he has 4 of them available, and so you get this Ember Boon concoction, and that's for 12 seconds. For 12 seconds, attacks deal a burst of an additional energy damage equal to 55% of the damage dealt, plus an additional 20% for each buff the opponent has. That one I feel like is pretty useless. You can do a lot more damage with magic when, you launch her special and they have more buffs active. Counterflow concoction, sort of a nullifier, but I feel like there are better champs in the game who can nullify, like Scarlet Witch, Magic, Ghost Rider, that sort of thing. Then you got Life Stitch, which is basically a regen, and The healing is really not that impressive. Most other mystics have way better healing properties. And then you've got this iron skin concoction, and that's basically you get an increase in attack and stun immunity for 12 seconds, but it really doesn't raise that attack by that much. And honestly, there are others that can deal much more damage based on their buffs. So I just really don't think it is that great. So let's go ahead now and take a look at Diablos Synergies here. And honestly, he's really just basically a synergy champ. You've got this unending ambition where Diablo recovers 1 counterflow after winning 1 fight. Not that great. Loki gets a 35% curse debuff duration, and Red Skull gets a 35% shock debuff damage. So I think that would be okay for either of those champs if you're going to use Loki and Red Skull, which a lot of us on an attack team really aren't going to use Loki or Red Skull. Madcap experimentalists with Doc Ock and Green Goblin. Diablo recovers 1 life stitch after winning 1 fight. Doc Ock gains 30% heal block debuff duration, and Green Goblin gains 1% attack per cunning or madness charge. So I think this synergy here is actually better for Doc Ock with that heal block, especially with all of the regen nodes that we have where you can't where you can't reverse heal, you can only heal block. So I think that would be very beneficial for that. Then you've got Twisted Arcanists, and Diablo recovers 1 Ember Boon after winning 1 fight. Symbiote Supreme gains 1% attack for each stagger on the opponent, and Dormammu gains 500 energy resistance while Dark Energy is at 100. I think that's better for Dormammu, but like I said, how many of us are really using Dormammu anymore? Then you've got this one with Mephisto and Juggy, and it's called Legion Accursed. And Diablo recovers 1 Iron Skin after winning 1 fight. Mephisto gains 40% of a power bar when a poison debuff would be gained. Cooldown is 10 seconds, and Juggy gains 2,000 armor during heavy attack. So again, this would be better for Mephisto. And then you've got Nemesis level 3, and this is with the Fantastic Four, where all champions gain 6% attack. And I think this synergy here with the Fantastic Four is gonna be the best synergy out of all of them. So if you're gonna bring in an attack team and you're gonna bring in the attack team, or excuse me, you're gonna bring in the Fantastic Four attack team, this is where you're gonna wanna bring Diablo in. But that just seems like it to me. It's gonna be a nice attack synergy. So I went ahead and played around with Diablo, beat up on Winter Soldier here in Realm of Legends just to test out his damage. And it's long. That's why it's sped up, because it is a long fight. You'll see here. I've honestly seen 3 stars that can do more damage than a rank 3 5-star Diablo, which is not that great. So you see, we're already up to 200 hits, right? And we've only done 30% damage. So that's really not that great. There are 3 stars out there that in 217 hits can do more than 30% damage. So in closing, Diablo seems like a pretty pointless champ, and I really can't figure out what he would be good for. He's definitely not good for long questing. He's definitely not good for defense. He's not good for offense. Maybe he's just good for points in the arena. I don't know. But there is maybe one silver lining, so to speak, with Diablo, right? Is that he is so bad that maybe Kabam will rework him or buff him. He kind of reminds me of Carnage, because when Carnage was released, he was pretty bad. But the thing with Carnage is everyone knows who Carnage is from the comics, right? Everyone was pumped that Carnage was coming to the game, and when he came, everybody was highly disappointed. He was nicknamed Pillow Hands there for a while, but then he got that buff. and that really helped him out tremendously. But will that happen with Diablo? I don't know. It's hard to say. Remember, Carnage is a much more desirable and well-known champ, or he was at least when he was first introduced to the game. Diablo, a lot of people didn't really know who Diablo was. So those are just my thoughts on Diablo here. Let me know in the comments below, you know, do you see a use for Diablo? Am I missing something here? Please let me know if I'm missing something. I really can't find a use for him. Let me know what you guys think of Diablo. That's all that I got. If you guys liked what you saw and you want to see more, please remember to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Bye, guys.